Anguish and outrage in the streets of Louisville, Kentucky Wednesday after a grand jury considering the March death of Breonna Taylor returned an indictment against only one of 3 white police officers for wanton endangerment on Wednesday, but found that the other 2 who also fired gunshots into her apartment were justified in their use of force. None of the officers were criminally charged with causing Taylor's death. The officer indicted was former Detective Brett Hankison, Attorney General Daniel Cameron told reporters.
The grand jury voted to return an indictment against Detective Hankinson for 3 counts of wanton endangerment for wantonly placing the 3 individuals in apartment 3 in danger of serious physical injury or death. If found guilty, the accused can serve up to 5 years for each count.
Wanton endangerment in the first degree represents the lowest level of felony crime in Kentucky. 26-year-old Taylor, a black medical worker, was in bed in her Louisville apartment when police broke down her door with a battering ram shortly after midnight, the family's representatives have said. She was shot dead in front of her boyfriend, who prosecutors said had a weapon, shortly after midnight after Hankison and his 2 colleagues forced their way in with a so-called no-knock warrant. Hankison fired his weapon 10 times. Some of the bullets traveled through Taylor's apartment into an adjacent unit where a man, a pregnant woman, and a child were at home. 2 other officers, Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and Detective Miles Cosgrove, were not charged because under Kentucky law they were justified in returning fire after Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot at them, wounding Mattingly in the thigh. Demonstrators took to the streets of Louisville demanding justice. The Attorney General called for calm as the city braced for more protests.
Mob justice is not justice. Justice sought by violence is not justice. It just becomes revenge.
Benjamin Crump, a civil rights lawyer representing the Taylor family, said Wednesday's grand jury decision was outrageous.